All right, welcome to In the Zone, the Traffic Controllers Toolbox with Cranky and the Swagman. And Swagman is joining us from his car, as you can hear from all the background noise.
Yeah.
But
I have very luckily just finished work.
Yeah.
So it's been a long day. So I am a working man again. I get to work this morning, and within probably 10 minutes of being at work, the roller hydraulic oil decided to show some love and spit out the side because the bolt had snapped off within the actual roller itself, and then a whole bolt had somehow come out of it, and the hydraulic was just pissing out of the drum. Like, you could just, out of the side of the drum anyway. I was just like, yeah, boss, I don't think this was meant to be happening. Had to shut it down. 3 hours later of me sitting in the crib room, sweeping the floor and tidying all the lunch room and basically being a housekeeper for 3 hours. And finally we got it up and running, and then I felt like I've only been in the roller for like 3 hours. So it was meant to be a 10-hour shift of me on a roller.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it didn't work out that. However, we do have...
How do you find the roller? You're alright with it?
It vibrates a lot. So you're pretty much bouncing up and down all day, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards.
Yeah.
Repeat. And I don't know about anyone else, but I can't keep a straight line. And I don't know if it's just the design of the pad, because it kind of angles in, but for the life of me, I cannot do straight lines anyway. So either way, it was never going to happen. But you know, I made it semi-straight with a bit of wobbles here and there. But you know, you're trying to clean up your own tracks going backwards, and you're like, oh, I'll just get that little one. And the next minute, you've just left another one on the opposite side. So yeah, I prefer a water cart, Moxie. Doing safety, safety advisor. Speaking of that, I have to give a toolbox talk tomorrow. That's going to... Speaking of toolboxes, and it'll be one of our topics for today, because we got two topics today, don't we?
Yeah, we got two topics today. So,
so do you want to run through the two topics?
Yes, topic number one, which we're going to cover briefly is, well, not briefly, we're going to cover it as in depth as we can, but it's just not a very big topic, is, for goodness sakes, turn up on time for the damn toolbox talk.
Yeah.
And then topic number two is going to be how to financially survive Christmas in an industry that just about shuts down completely over the Christmas period.
Quite literally. And
so,
Shonky Traffic Controller said, "Hi, old Swagman." Oh, that's you. You've posted. I thought someone had posted in the chat. It was you posting the link. It's just come up. So the first one we should knock off, because the other one's probably a more in-depth one, which is turning up on time for work in general, but especially for the toolbox talks in the morning. So and it's a good topic, because believe it or not, I was talking to my boss today, and that's how this topic has actually come up, because he started following our podcast. He was listening to the one about where we talk about the cameras and do you believe, owners, employers should be allowed to record you while at work on the on dash cam while you're driving or using a machine at work, and he was listening to that podcast, and he's like, I just said to him, what do you think of a topic? And he says, turning up to toolbox meetings on time. I went, bloody good idea. I'll bring it up tonight. So that's how this came around. But yeah, I was at another site that my boss wasn't on. That's in the last 2 weeks. And what had happened was half of us were there. So we started work literally at 7. That's when we're meant to be there, 7 o'clock. But everyone's told, get there at 6:45, 6:50, so, you know, we can do toolbox. So, you know, everyone's told, look, you'll get paid from 7 o'clock, but you need to be there 6:45 to toolbox. And then they subsidise it by allowing you to be paid for your lunch breaks and your morning tea. So that covers that little period. So they're actually paying for you to turn up early in the morning, but just in another form. You know, they'll give you paid lunches, basically. And we had people literally turning up when we were already 15, 20 minutes into toolbox talk, and, you know, 5, 6, 7 other people just turning up. And it got to a point where the boss just blew up. And he said, right, you know, you're meant to be here at this time. Don't come 5 past, 10 past. You bloody know what time you're meant to be here. Be here for 6:45. Otherwise, just don't come in. Just keep driving because I've had enough, was his words. So obviously it's been happening a lot. This was day 2 of me being at that site. And I was only at that site for 5 days. It was only a short gig. And he snapped, basically. And the other thing he snapped at was we had toolbox in the smokers area. So, of course, people were lighting up, having a cigarette during toolbox. And obviously the superintendent turned around and told the employee, hey, put your cigarette out. The employee's words were, well, it doesn't affect my ears. What's the point? You know, and the superintendent said, well, because I told you to. And he says, oh, you're a fucking idiot, mate. Let's just say that guy didn't make it to Smokos. He was fired. But the main point of it, as you should, the main point of it is you should be there for toolbox. Not only is it so the safety concerns can be raised, it's, if there's anything that's changed on your work site or something happened in the industry that affects your job, it all gets brought up at toolbox. And it's also the management's time to tell everybody, this is what's going on, this is our plan for the day, this is the plan for the whole month. And then they do the whole spiel of the safety and, you know, any incidents that have occurred and all that. So it's actually pretty important to be there for toolbox and be there on time. Management's taking it out on their time to get prepped for this. There's a lot of paperwork, and by legislation, they have to do it. There has to be a form of toolbox, because if they were to be audited by the client, or any client, the first thing that client has on their checklist is, have you conducted toolbox meetings? Can you prove how many people have turned up? That's why they've got a sign-on sheet that says you attended toolbox, because it's for auditing purposes, and it does happen. It's called a surveillance audit or a client audit, and it comes up. So being there, signing on to it, doing your breatho in the morning isn't there because they're trying to make your life difficult to see what you've been up to on the weekend. It's a compliance thing. It's an auditing thing they have to have on record. If they don't, you don't have a job.
Well, they're trying to make sure that everyone is clued in and actually safe to do the work.
That as well. So that's the whole reason of breatho. Breatho has 2 purposes. 1, make sure you're not drunk on site. 2, auditing. Same thing for signing the toolbox sheet. It's an auditing tool. But also let management know, hey, Bobby Joe turned up, or Jimmy turned up, Brett turned up to his toolbox meeting today. You know, and they can actually calculate how many people are turning up on time by that sign-in sheet as well. So it is important. It also gives you that time to raise concerns as well. Any hazards you've seen out in the work site, it gives you that opportunity to say, hey, I've noticed this, can we do something about it, or can we improve our JHA by finding this hazard or finding this risk? You know, can we do something about it? So it is a good opportunity to raise your own concerns or any issues you have with your team colleagues. It's a good time that you can hash it out, all get back on the same page.
Yeah.
I think toolbox meetings have been there early.
It gives the workers an opportunity to voice their concerns, as well as the
100%.
employers.
Yeah, 100%. So it's vitally important. Sorry, that's now my in-car camera sensor telling me that the vehicle behind me is too close. So I'm just going to change.
What are you going to do about that?
Nothing I can actually do.
Nothing you really can do about that.
Yeah. So be on time for your toolbox meeting because it's important. And quite frankly, if you're not turning up to that, you're just sending a message to your boss that you really don't give a shit about your job. They will start finding a replacement for you. So if you think you can just keep turning up to work late and, you know, just showing up just after toolbox so you don't have to stand there for 20 minutes, chances are you're probably not going to have a job for very much longer. You are replaceable. And if you're full-time, all you're doing is creating an issue for yourself because they'll just pull you in the office, just give you a written warning saying be here on time. 3 of those and you get the sack. So
yeah.
You don't have any leg to stand on. They can legally do it. There's a new thing in the work health safety legislation now that states that any administration action an employee cannot use to file for a workers' complaint. So if you get pulled in because you're fucking around at work and you go, oh, the boss hurt my feelings, or it was emotionally damaging because of the way he spoke to me, well, tough shit, because it now falls under what's called administration action. And you find it very hard to prove that the boss spoke to you in such a way without it looking like administration action. So whereas before you could say, oh, stressed from the way, you know, the boss spoke to me in our meeting and, you know, workers' comp, here you go, see you later. And it was that easy, you know. Now you can't do that. So it's got a lot harder for the employees to make these quick and easy work comp claims. And I say easy, but it's not. It's a long fucking process. I've only ever had to do it twice. And obviously for good reasons. There was nothing to actually do physically. It was just things that had happened at work where management had actually breached legislation. And it put me in a situation that I should never have been in. So that's why I got into safety. I got sick of it. So well and truly over it. Just got to be more vigilant at work, be there on time, make your toolbox meeting. I wish I had that beer in my hand right now. We just got a chat thing, by the way, saying I can't see you guys recording. Oh, that's from the wife. I can't see you guys recording.
Oh, okay.
Have we got it's live on our traffic podcast page? Have we got Facebook running live?
I don't think it's... What do we got?
Have we got any of them? What have we got running live at the moment?
It's obviously live on here, it's live on Twitch, it's live on YouTube, and it's on my Facebook profile.
Ah, okay. What about one of our traffic control podcast pages? Is it live on our podcast? Are the old things should be still in there?
No, I had to reset it all to try and
that's right. Yeah.
Try and get the other one going, but it just didn't work.
Have you got my missive on Facebook at all?
I don't think so.
Are you able to go on my Facebook page and look for the wife and send her the link?
Yeah, I'll just send her the studio guest link if she wants it.
Yeah, send her that or the YouTube link. I am driving, so I'm not going to touch my phone because that would be breaking the law.
That would be naughty.
Naughty. But I don't really want to say her name live on radio.
No.
It's not because we don't trust the people out there. It's that sometimes you want to keep your own private life a little bit more private.
No, that's true.
While Mr. Cranky is doing that, Cranky's wife has got a podcast, which I have listened to quite a few episodes now, which is bloody amazing. Yeah, and I am following it on Spotify, which is great. I love it. And I'll take this opportunity while you're doing that as well. We have a new sponsor. We actually have two new sponsors. One of them is a paid sponsor, and one of them is a local business in Singleton Secret Harbour called Ramsey Bobcat Services. Local Bobcat, old bloke, knows his stuff, helped me out on the weekend and charged me a very, very, very small fee, which should have actually technically cost a lot more. So thanks again to Ramsey's Bobcat Services. Old bloke that should be retiring soon, but unfortunately he is 1 month short from retirement age and now has to work another couple of years. So shout out to them. How did you go over your end?
Yeah, no, I got it off to her. The next one actually coincides with the remaining part of this episode. It's Raise. I know a lot of you guys would have heard of Raise, but for those who have not, it is a micro investing platform which allows you to pretty much use it as a savings account, like a very, very souped up savings account.
Yeah, and we've got a promo code, don't we?
Yes, we do have a promo code, which I'll be putting the link and the promo code in the show's description afterwards, because it's actually quite a long-winded thing, so I need to remember to get onto that later on. Oh boy, it seems Swagman has
big links about motorbike going to work. Literally.
Yeah, it's about.
No, I'm back. I'm just going through dead spots of the freeway at the moment. I had a motorbike skipping the queue.
Oh, nice. No, so I will be putting that up when the show goes live.
Yes.
Yeah. However, that brings us to the next part of the show, which is something I actually got onto Facebook with.
Yes. And I will be dropping in and out throughout the episode until I get into a clearer section.
No, that's okay. I'll just go through some of the things that people have suggested here. So, financial ways to survive having 2 weeks off at the end of the year, as well as buying Christmas presents and all that stuff. So, most people, I got onto Traffic Control Australia wide Facebook page and posted the question to them. Most people have come up with the same idea that I have, where I just deposit $50 each week into my Raise account and let that build. And that normally ends up being somewhere close to $2.5 grand by the end of the year, which it's nothing to blow your nose at, really.
That's
Some people have gone as far as to suggest doing well, this is one person anyway, do their tax return in late October, sorry. And then that way the tax refund money comes in later than it would normally. And they can use that as their Christmas money.
That
saving your overtime is another one.
Yes.
No, that's not really something that I can do because I rely on my overtime to cover my bills.
Your annual leave. Yeah, well, you need that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Then there's
all that keeps happening is I can see on my screen is reconnecting.
Oh, shit. Well, as long as we get
gotta love this.
Someone on the live stream.
But those ideas are good. I actually like the idea
of the. Your missus has gotten on the live stream chat and said, "I suggest crying."
I should actually send a link to my boss, the live stream.
Oh, well, we can next time, unless you want to pull over and do it, because I don't know your boss's name or anything. So, but
yeah, no, I'd have to send it to his mobile. He's lucky. He literally lives like 20-30 minutes from the work site. I've got to travel an hour and a half through peak hour traffic. I've made it to Russell Road. Yay!
So
I envy motorbike people right now.
I know every morning driving through the Sydney traffic, I see them lane filtering, and I'm like, oh, if only a motherfucker could.
Yes, I know. Just imagine you push a button on your car and wings pop out, and you just, bye everyone. I'm sure Elon Musk has probably already got it, but he's just never going to release it.
Well, he's already got a car in space.
Well, the other idea is if you have enough drinks right now, maybe the dream will come true, and you'll just float up.
I could just find some ramp or something and Grand Theft Auto that shit off there. Whee!
Oh, it's getting ridiculous. I did see something on Facebook earlier today. There was I think it was Alice Springs, a typical local and a local cop driving opposite side of the road through the local town. Two Aboriginal kids just waving at the coppers as they go past on the wrong side of the road. Copper literally does nothing. Just literally keeps on driving, going, I'm not dealing with this, and just keeps on going. I was just like, that's going to make it to the news media. That's going to hit Channel 9. So I'll be curious to see if it actually makes it to the news.
I guess it depends on how often or like how busy that part of the city is. Because if there's not much traffic,
100%.
What harm are they going to do? The cops
there's not. It's a very small. It's a small little country town, I believe. So there's not much there, but yeah, the copper didn't turn around. While the video actually, I'll take that back because the video stopped short of seeing any other action other than the car going this way and the police van going that way, and just they completely ignored it.
Yeah.
Didn't flick lights on, nothing. But the video stopped short, so anything could have happened, after the video.
I think the last thing we need is another video on Facebook of a white cop pulling over Aboriginal teenagers. So.
Yeah. It never goes down. It's always, you racist.
It never goes down well. Yeah, that's it.
No, not racist. It's just, you don't have a license.
And you're very
try getting a license. Maybe you won't get harassed. Very clearly wrong side of the road. Clearly underage. Not racist. Just follow the law. But yeah, what you were saying before about getting through Christmas, the idea is annual leave is a good one because obviously if you can access at Christmas time, Some bosses are nice enough to go, yeah, sure, take your annual leave. Other bosses will say, no, you can't have your annual leave, you're working Christmas. But yeah, that is a good way. Save your annual leave. Or if you've got long service leave, you've got, I believe I think the legislation is you've got 3 to 5 years to use it, but it can vary from industry to industry. So obviously type of work you do, etc., and all that sort of thing. But I think it's 3 to 5 years that you have to use your long service in. So, and it can't be denied. I'm taking it at this time. You got no choice. It has to be approved because it's long service.
Yeah. I think in New South Wales, for traffic controllers, you have to be in the industry for a minimum of 10 years in order to claim your long service leave.
Yeah. So to claim it's 10 years, and then I think you've got 3 to 5 years to use it. So
yeah.
It's because obviously after I think your 20-year mark, you also get another pay. And we've just had a chat thing pop up, but I'm driving, so I cannot look at it. Or is that the same chat you've been reading?
Yeah, that's Mrs. Swagman once again saying it can be denied, actually, if they can't support operationally on the days that we want.
Well, there you go. And that's the health industry. So as I was saying, it can be denied on depending on what industry you're in. So there you go.
Well,
I know in my industry, they have to find a way. One way or another, they got to find a way. If I had 10 years, I go, I'm taking long service. It's like,
well, yeah,
that's your problem.
In our industry, we can always just cancel a job if we don't have enough people to do it.
Exactly right.
It can happen next week, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
So other people come up with interesting suggestions. Sorry.
Yeah. No, go for it. You go.
Someone said going paid part-time, or permanent part-time, sorry, was my strategy years ago. Well, that was mine as well. But permanent jobs in traffic control are like hen's teeth.
Yeah, once you've got permanency, don't let go.
Yeah, no. In our industry, like at all, as road workers, permanent is like, you're like a god.
Yeah. It's like, how did you get that?
Someone has suggested that we just starve.
Oh, yeah, we'll just, okay, cool. Sorry, I didn't know we were in South Africa. So sorry, I shouldn't pull the piss out of Cranky's hometown. I would never. Here you go, Cranky. Sorry.
One a bit better than a water. Here, cheers. A lot of people have said that they're still working through the Christmas holiday, which, all power to you.
I would love to. I actually turned around to the boss and I said, look, I'll work Christmas Day, Boxing Day, I'll work public holidays, any holiday at all. Because if you're going to pay me close to 88 or 81, I think it is, dollars an hour to work those days, by all means, I'll work a 10, 12-hour shift. Hire me. I have no problems working on a public holiday or a Christmas Day. At the end of the day, you make your entire week, or in some other cases for other people could be your entire fortnight's wage in one day if you do your 10-hour shift at like 80-odd bucks an hour. So it's kind of worth just working the one day and going, you know what, we can actually breathe a little easier this week.
That's true. I think
you gotta work hard to play harder.
You're being threatened in the live chat, by the way, Swagman. She goes, dude, I won't feed you tonight.
I've got a comment for that, but it's not suitable for radio. But Cranky understands my humour, so he knows exactly where I've gone with that.
I certainly do, and I wish I didn't.
My boss will be pissing himself laughing right now, going, this guy.
I tell you what, you might not be looking forward to taking some time off, but I certainly am. Oh, mate, I'm over it. I'm done this year.
Yeah. I've seen a few of those memes going around where it says trying to get through to the end of 2024. It's like 3 wheels driving along the freeway with 3 wheels and the car hanging on a tilt. Other workers just looking outside of an office building, just dragging themselves back in. So yeah, there's a few good memes going around.
The roof's all caved in and there's smoke coming out of the exhaust pipe and everything, and it's an absolute wonder this car's still going. Well, it's a wonder we're still going as well.
Yeah, there was one where it was a funny one. It was in a zoo and there was a gorilla that had picked up a pile of shit and just started smearing it across the window, the glass window. And then in the stream of shit, it said trying to make the end of 2024. I'm pissing myself laughing at that one. That was a good one. But yeah, for me, I tend to, if it's possible, I tend to get these short gigs closer towards the end of Christmas or a couple of months before Christmas, because over here in Australia, in WA especially, Christmas is usually really, really hot. Therefore, they're in requirement for civil operators. So whether it's Moxie, water cart, roller, and everyone's trying to finish the jobs. Everyone's going on holiday. So most construction civil is actually shutting down and winding down, but some are actually trying to got to get through to that final day, which is handy for me because the pay is usually really good to actually be there. So when you work with a good crew as well, that kind of helps. So everyone helps each other, and tomorrow I'm doing a safety talk.
That is
so
true.
That's going to be interesting. I'll say surviving 2024, people. Come on, chop chop. Don't kill yourselves now. We're 3 days away from holiday.
3 days away from Bali, baby.
I was going to prank them and get one of those empty beer cartons. Just get an empty beer carton box, put a whole pile of waters in there. And then at the toolbox meeting going, just so to help you get through the day, just to know that you need to hydrate. And then obviously pulling out bottles of water and just watching the disappointment. He will die a slow death.
One that involves post-it
notes.
No,
it's there's gonna be a lot of post-it notes. This guy will not turn up to work the following day. He went missing in action.
Somebody else on Facebook has suggested standing on a corner in the other way.
Stand on the corner. Yes. Well, in America, that's a very common thing. In Australia, I believe they call that illegal. But they do have brothels. So you can always go to a strip club or a brothel. But true. Yeah, I don't think I've seen any kind of... Sorry, just had an indicator. That kind of stuff happen anywhere in Australia. I don't know if that happens in Sydney, does it? I know maybe...
What's that?
Back in the prostitutes that would used to stand on the corner?
Nah, they're gone. They all work
They're gone
now.
Yeah.
And we call them sex workers now, not prostitutes.
Oh, there you go, sex workers.
Yeah.
Yeah, got to use all the gender
legal and above board and all that stuff.
And we got some exciting news. Anyone that's actually been following this whole story would know that me and the wife have been going through IVF. We have made it. I believe we are at the 16, 17 week mark. and we are having a baby boy.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Clapping in the background. Woo! Yeah, so we're having a boy, so now we're just trying to think of names, and we're going to, see what matches. We're just kind of waiting for the right time to try and sort of really lock it in.
Yeah.
So any suggestions people might have, feel free to send it to our Facebook page or post it through Messenger or anything like that. Feel free to drop some names in there of boys, and we will raffle one out.
Yeah. All right. Or, I mean, a lot of people know who I am. We keep your name hidden. So,
Yes,
I don't know, get in touch with me or get in touch with the TikTok page or something where, I'm likely to be posting on that soon.
Yes.
Any of those.
Let's just name the baby Cranky.
Doesn't sound too bad.
I could just say, just to name drop, maybe Justin might just.
You got a very solid no on that suggestion, by the way.
Yeah, I thought that would be a solid no. And my boss, I will name my child after you if you give me a pay rise to $45 an hour.
It worked.
Oh, it's definitely not going to work.
Hey, it's worth trying, though. It's always worth trying.
You've got to shoot your shot. But yeah, so anyway, back to topic. My method is to surviving Christmas is, one, try and put money away or try and pick up at least some work throughout the year. And if I know I'm not going to get anything through to Christmas, I'm usually pretty good with money and I'll have something put aside anyway. So for us, Christmas is just for the kids. It's just another day for me. We spoil the kids, and that's about it. We don't go out of the way to try and buy each other presents, even though it still ends up happening. To me, it's just another day. It's just celebrating the new year really is more the bigger one for me, I think, because you're obviously bringing in a whole new year with better outcomes. Like this year coming, it looks like we're going to be moving into our house, a new house that we've just built, either before Christmas or just after Christmas. But either way, we're just waiting on the pavers to be done and some painting, and the house will be complete.
That's very exciting. That is extremely exciting.
It is, because I just can't wait to finally be in the new place and actually be unpacked and relaxed.
And just get it all
the biggest headache is obviously moving. You could hire a removalist, but you just see so many horror stories of removalists, and TVs get broken, or things go missing, or they don't turn up. It's like, I'd rather just hire a truck or a van and get it done. Pile it up, get it done.
I mean, that's how I do it.
Apparently, Bunnings hire out vans, not just you.
I've never seen a Bunnings van. Maybe that's just a Western Australia thing.
I said, all that Bunnings has is used. It's the first time I knew Bunnings had vans. I said, and even then it would have to be like moving a house and fit more in it. And we've taken half our stuff up to the farm anyway, so.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not looking forward to the moving part.
That's never fun. Well, looks like Cranky.
But definitely not fun at all.
It's my least favorite part of renting, but at least now you probably won't have to do it again for a long time.
That I've gone and done all expenses, like we're doing the whole off-grid system. I was talking with the boss about that today as well.
Yeah.
He's got the $6,000 one, which is like filter as well. So technically, it's got 4 filters, but the first 2 filters gets rid of all that crap and lime and chlorine and all that kind of crap, calcium buildup, all that shit that's in the water.
Yeah.
Gets rid of all that taste. It just apparently the water taking, obviously that adds an additional filter on there. So that's the next thing I'm looking at. Then I've got a security system going in, and I'm pretty sure that's it. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. So those 3 things. That at the end of the day, house value is going up. Our next door neighbour's house is worth about 730,000. They've only got a 4x2 tile carpet, solar, which is a standard solar system, and 2 or 3 security cameras. And his value, I believe, it was 720 to 730. So I'll be quite interesting and see where we're at. But not looking forward to the actual moving. I can see.
Yeah. Well, I will get back to the topic. It seems we've lost Swagman almost completely now because he's. Oh no, we're back. We're back.
We're back.
No, we're not completely back. But the last comment that I'm going to read out from Facebook was "Save it over the
We're back. Sorry, I was going.
Do a budget and work it on a 13-month year. That's how I've done it my whole working life. So easy and no stress. That is a tip that I like. And honestly, it sounds like Swagman's just playing the piano really badly over there. I can't hear a word that's being said.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. It doesn't sound like you're plonking away on an electric piano anymore.
Yeah, no, so I can hear everything you're saying. Obviously, it just says reconnecting for me, but I can actually hear everything that's going on your end.
Ah, okay. Well,
so it's like a one-way recording thing.
Right? Lesson learned. Maybe it's not such a good idea to record this on a Monday night anymore. It's a better idea to record on a Sunday evening.
Yeah, not on the way home.
Nah.
So Sunday evenings from now on. So we'll keep it at Sunday evenings, where I'm not working.
And neither am I.
It's gonna be even worse. Yeah, it's one of those. We'll see how this recording turns out, and if it turns out really bad, we'll just delete it and start again.
Nah, I'll upload it. I'll see how it sounds if I upload it.
See how it sounds.
All right. Well, I think we should probably call it a night with this.
Yes, because we are getting to the point of Thomas Road, and it's probably going to cut out again. So if you want to run through the sponsors, because I dare say I'll drop out again.
All right. Okay. So for sponsors, we have
On Track Meals.
Yeah, that's right. On Track Meals. Go to ontrackmeals.com.au. They're an Australian-based ration building company. If you want a nice, hot, cooked lunch or dinner that you can cook right there on site without even the use of a flame, you have a flameless ration heater. They're the coolest thing ever, right? Go to ontrackmeals.com.au, place your order, and when it comes time, type in the zone 10 for your 10% discount. They also have sales on pretty often, so you get that 10% discount plus whatever the sale is. Then we have Bella Bliss. We don't have an affiliate code for Bella Bliss just yet, but hopefully we will. They are a very effective little shower steamer. You get a pack of 10 of your favorite scent, and all you do, you just hang one bag in the shower. Obviously, while you're showering, you're not going to just hang it there all day long and hope that it works.
You just chuck it in a soap holder.
Yeah,
chuck it in your soap holder or a little soap bowl type thing in the shower where the water can leak out. And the steam is literally refreshing. It clears your nasal. It depends which one you get. If you obviously get the one that does that, the eucalyptus or lavender one that I believe it is. I love how people try and merge. There's another bloody topic. Traffic that bloody merges. No one knows how to do it.
And then, of course, there is Crime Time Queens, the new Australian-based true crime and mystery podcast. So it's not just the crimes; it's about the Australian ghosts and whatnot as well.
And it's really, really good. I have listened to a few of those podcasts now. Need to jump on it. Definitely follow that podcast. It's quite interesting the detail that they go into, and even some details that you thought you might have known about. It's good to hear again because they retell the story again. You're like, oh, I didn't pick that up from the first time that I was reading into this. So there's one called The Man in the Hole. Really good one. Got to suss that one out. And then the girls were talking about another crime, something to do with a man in the field, and they thought he was a kangaroo or something like that, and someone shot him, and it's like, well, how do you mistake an animal for a human? Like,
yes, that's Fisher's Ghost, which is a bit of a, how do I say it? It's a bit of a local legend here in Campbelltown.
Yeah.
Like so much
so that... tell me all about it.
So much so that we have a festival and everything. No, I don't have to tell you all about it because my wife's podcast already has.
There you go. I was hoping you'd click onto that.
All right. Well, I believe that is all. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Thank you very much, Swagman, for coming on, even though you're in the car.
Yeah, sorry for my connection issues that has made this podcast actually quite difficult, which I thought might be smooth. It turns out that half my freeway is not user friendly.
Not cell phone friendly.
So we are now in the back end. Not cell phone friendly, no it is not. But we are in the back end of my area now, and the cell phone reception is through the roof.
It's funny you should say that because right as you said it, it dropped out again.
Dropped. Let's hope.
It really is giving you a rough time. But anyway, I'm going to play.
Really is.
I'm going to smash the outro music really quickly. So thank you, everyone, once again for listening, and enjoy your Tuesday.
Take it easy.